A very unsettling and odd vanishing happened to Christopher Tompkins. He was last seen standing on the shoulder of the road facing towards the woods at 1:30 p.m. on the 25th of January 2002. He literally vanished within seconds, leaving the survey crew very perplexed. They walked to where they had last seen him, only to find his boot hanging on a barbed wire fence, along with blue fabric from his jeans on the ground, along with coins beneath them that had fallen out of his pocket. The woods on the other side of the fence are inhospitable and swampy. In regards to his boots, David Paulides, former lawman turned investigator, tells us that during his time working with traffic accidents, he has seen shoes left behind by people who have been literally hit so hard they've been flung out of their boots. He says that logistically Tompkins was reefed out of his boots and dragged through the barbed wire fence in such a position that the coins fell out of his pocket. This means that Chris was either upside down or sideways. 6 months later, the rancher who owned the land found the other missing boot 900 yards away in a swampy area. Christopher Tompkins is still missing. In 1958, a 10-year-old partially deaf boy named Bobby Bishop was attending a Catholic camp for boys called Camp St. Malo. A camp counselor found Bobby fishing at the river and he told him to come back to camp for dinner. The boy started to follow him, and when the counselor turned over his shoulder to double check, Bobby had disappeared. 400 people searched for 9 days, but they found no clues. 1 year later, counselors found his hearing aid and pieces of torn clothing 2,000 foot up the side of a mountain. The search party had already searched that area at least 3 times the year before. None of Bobby's other remains have ever been found. In 1981, an 84-year-old man named Maurice Dametz went toppers hunting with his friend David McSweeney. Native Americans claimed the area was haunted by evil spirits, and early settlers called the area Devil's Head. Maurice could barely walk because he had bad knees. He needed David's help to help him down a small hill to get to a sandy digging area in the forest. When it was time to leave, David walked to Maurice's digging spot and told him it was time to go in about 10 minutes. He went back to his own digging site about 150 yards away and started to clean his tools. But when David returned to Maurice's digging spot, the elderly man was gone. With his bad knees, it would have been impossible for Maurice to climb the hill on his own, and he couldn't have gotten far into the forest, and yet he was gone. Local authorities searched the area for 5 days, but found no clues. In 2014, a medical doctor named James McGrogan went on a snowboarding trip with friends. He came prepared with a mobile phone and a satellite GPS system. He was much faster than his friends, and so he said to them that he would wait for them at the next stop. His friends lost sight of him and they never saw him at any other stops along the trail. When the search team went looking for him, they found no tracks in the snow that veered off the trail, so they had no idea where he could have possibly gone. 5 days later, James's body was discovered 4.5 miles away as the crow flies, which is more like a 14-mile hike as he would have had to climb a mountain to get there. His body was found by 2 hikers at the bottom of a frozen waterfall, an area the search party had gone over multiple times before. McGrogan was found mangled and in a strange position. His skull was crushed as if he had fallen from the sky. He was still wearing his full ski outfit and helmet, but there were no boots on his feet and he had removed his gloves. The search team later found his discarded split snowboard, but never found his boots. His GPS system and his mobile phone were still working in an area that had cell phone reception, and yet he never called for help.